The Mountaineers come out of their extended break looking to stay undefeated at home against the Wofford Terriers. I'm Josh McCormick alongside head coach Angel Elderkin. Coach, your team coming off a long break. Their last time out was over a week ago against 22nd ranked South Carolina. Talk about that last game. Talk about the matchup, the arena, and just the atmosphere of it for your team.
Yeah, it was a great atmosphere. I told our players prior to that game at South Carolina that was the biggest stage right now in women's basketball. After I went back and was able to go through the film, there were certain things, first quarter, we give up 9 offensive boards. 9 points off second chance points. We box out a little bit better. We're closer in that game. We went a stretch, we might have missed 6 straight threes that were open. Were in that game. And I told the team if we would have limited their second chance points, which they got 20, and we would have made our free throws, a 30-point game is now a 10-point game. And I didn't think we shot the ball well. And listening to Dawn's post-game, I think her team struggles like that when they go against the Baylor and they go against bigger teams, that they were getting open shots and they weren't making them. And finally against us, they settled down, they relaxed, and they scored the basketball.
Now, you had this extended break. What did you and the coaches specifically want to emphasize and focus on with your team during this break?
We did a lot of skill work. We did a lot of skill development, and we got up a lot of shots. I went back over the break, and we got snowed in. It was lovely for 2 days, and I watched every offensive possession to make sure that I was running the right things and calling the right things as the head coach. And I didn't want to second guess our offense, but I was like, we're shooting a lot of threes. Why is that? And we're getting a lot of open ones. And I do believe that we have the players to make them. But if you heard me today talk to the team, I'm now trying to put more of an emphasis on us getting to the free throw line. I think with some of the dribble drive action that we run, because we're so aggressive, we can be getting to the line more. And so I want to try to have an answer for when the three ball isn't falling. Where do we manufacture those points for our team?
You said before the extended break that during this time you'd work on all the skills and all the fundamentals and that your team would grow tremendously in this period. Do you think they are a better team now?
I do. What I hope is that we're more confident. We spent a ton of time on each player trying to develop and trying to get them confident. We did scrimmage one of the days, and I thought one of our quarters in the scrimmage, we shot 80%. And so I'm trying to get them to buy into, if you come in and you put work in, that's when you're going to get better, and that's when your shots are going to fall. And so I know a lot of them during this time not only worked within our practice hours, but got in here and did some extra stuff. So I think the areas that we were able to identify, we definitely grew up in the last 10 to 11 days.
Now, you mentioned you want your team to get to the free throw line more and score on those opportunities. The first 7 games of the season or so, your team is shooting 77% from the free throw line. Last couple, they've shot below 50%. What is the difference between those games, and how can you get them back on track from the charity stripe?
I think some of it is personnel getting to the line. So Maya's not a great free throw shooter. We're working on it. We're holding her accountable. We're bringing her in. We're making her take a lot. Bailey's not been shooting free throws well. She's very capable. Another one that's been in the gym consistently. So I told them, some coaches would take the approach of, don't focus on it, maybe they'll be better. And I'm just not one of those coaches. I'm one of those coaches that when things aren't working, you work hard. So I have a free throw chart. We're going to continue to do what we do because I believe in our process. And maybe the percentage is going down, or maybe we're only increasing slightly, but that's progress, that's process, and we have to continue to stick to ours and not try to change what we're doing.
Let's talk about a couple of injuries. Pri Stanley injured herself against ETSU. What's her status for today's game?
Pri's back. Pri is going to start tonight. She'll be in the starting lineup. She's had a good workout. She's had good workouts over break. She's feeling good. I am worried about her conditioning level, but she is back in the lineup for us.
Now, Tierra Wilson went down in practice yesterday. Any updates on her?
She is not in the lineup. So that is, that's a hit to our basketball team. We've obviously been there before, like I told them today. Pri went out. We had to play a couple games without her. Get Pri back. Now we got to play a couple games without Tierra. We don't know how many. We don't know the progress yet. Lower body injury. Hopefully we'll have a better understanding of it sometime this evening. But it happened within 24 hours. So it's like the saying, everybody has a plan until you get punched in the face. Well, our team's going to have to continue to be resilient like they have been as we fight through these injuries.
Let's look towards Wofford. In all their wins, they've out-rebounded their opponents. In all their losses, they've been out-rebounded. Does that just speak volumes for what the team has to do today on the boards?
Yeah, we've put a lot of emphasis on our rebounding, and I'm going to talk to them about that one more time and just tell them how important it is. Number 12 for Wofford is an outstanding rebounder. She's a concern. I mean, we were all week in our prep. If we weren't boxing out in our scout, we were sending kids to the bike, and we kept talking about it. So I think from a coach's perspective, it's like, I want them to box out, but what are they going to be willing to do tonight to get our team a win? And they know they need to.
Besides rebounding, what do you want to see from your team tonight and as they try and get out this win?
A couple of things. Number one, I think we have to shut down number one of Wofford. Number 1 and number 30 need to be limited. Those two kids come in this arena tonight and have a good game. Wofford will be successful. Second, on the flip side, I want to see some of the work that we put in this week come to fruition. So I'd like to see our kids make shots. I'd like to see them play with confidence. I'd like to see them play hard and just get after it and be excited about being off for 11 days and now playing again.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, how excited are the coaches and the players to come back out of this break? Exams are over. They don't have to worry about schoolwork. How excited are them to get back and play a competitive game?
Yeah, I'm super excited. I walked in, I was like, it's game day, like, finally. So I'm trying to be contagious with my energy. But like I said, I love this time of year because I think we get better. But how do you know you get better if you're just in there every day? And today's just an opportunity to see where we've grown and where we need to continue to grow. Any
final thoughts before tonight's game?
No, I just want everybody to know I will be wearing my Christmas sweater. So hopefully we'll have some fans that will appreciate that. But happy holidays, and it feels like Christmas when you've been off for 11 days and you get to coach your team again.
Well, thank you, Coach, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.